Good evening. I'm Dilia.
I'm Daniel.
And we are D&D, and we are doing the Reviva beverage proposal.
Alright, so this slide is our agenda on what we will be presenting to all of y'all with our business proposal on Reviva.
Okay. So, Reviva's mission, we essentially wanted to do like a natural refresher made with clean, ethically sourced ingredients and functional benefits. Obviously, like the top 3 market leaders in the hydration beverage industry are Gatorade, Body Armor, and Liquid IV. 2 of them being the actual liquids, while Liquid IV being like the powder and like the stick. Where they fall short and where we succeed is the not being like mass production with losing its quality in functional ingredients that we utilize, the artificial ingredients that they also use, and then the premium pricing as well, since we want to focus primarily on high school and college students being our target market. The unmet white space that I just emphasized was functional health benefits, clean labels, like eliminating greenwashing, like a lot of these hydration beverages do promote, and then affordability for it to be student focused. Our vision, to create a future where every student can access hydration that supports their well-being, sharpens their performance, and fits seamlessly into their demanding daily lives. So our target market, our primary target market is our student workers, and our secondary are student athletes. So anywhere between the ages of 16 and 24, prioritizing those who begin in the, or who start the job industry, and then obviously prioritizing college students who finishing their degrees want to pursue more and having an even more demanding lifestyle. Those who work more than 8 hours per week. The National Administration of Student Personal Administrators stated that 70 to 80% of students are part-time and full-time workers in high schools and primarily in college. 67% of collegiate athletes need to be educated on proper hydration. Actually, 44.6% of college students are actually more dehydrated than what we would think. I see that everyone here has like a water bottle or 2, which is good, but we also want to raise awareness a little bit in the sense of if it's not like water, what's an alternative, to not just get the hydration, but also get that energy that maybe some people don't want, like protein or caffeinated drinks for. Based primarily in Texas, influences, social media is a big one, as we recently said, like TikTok Shop and Instagram. Primarily like these trends where Gen Zers are doing like DIYs essentially because they don't want to pay overpricing beverages that are in stores that they can just make at home, kind of like immunity shots in a way. Health trends where Gen Zers are also focused more on their health more than before, like millennials were. And we also want to emphasize like unique flavors. Everyone always sees like the same like lemon lime flavors or anything like that. So, and 3 values that we want to prioritize in this are the price. We want it to be like cost affordable for students primarily. Even though they are our target market, eventually we would like to expand for everyone. And the drink will be for everyone, but our target market are for students. The transparency as well. We'll talk a little bit later about how we'll be able to do that. Similar to how like Chipotle kind of partners with like local farms and getting organic ingredients. We want to do something similar as well, but as a beverage. And then we want to emphasize flavor and taste. Like I had said before, many of these mass production beverage companies, once they're distributed, sometimes the flavor and the taste are lacking in the sense of how it can be produced.
On the pie chart on the screen, it shows a summarization of 5 different sources of them going over what Gen Z are looking for when they're looking for a new sports drink. The biggest one that is there is taste and flavor. Not listed, we did a survey with the students of UTA, and when it came to what they're looking for in a drink, the number 1 that they put in was for taste. So from our research compared to 5 sources of 2025 for energy drink, sports drinks, it matches, in my opinion, 1-to-1 to what it is. Now back to values with price too. While the chart does not show it shows the lowest percentage for cost, they do care about the price, because while they may purchase something more expensive like liquid IV, which sell for around $3 to $4, $5 for a pack of 4 to 5 little sticks, they want to know, is what I'm getting worth the price? If it's expensive, will it taste good? If it tastes good, will it be healthy for me? And will that justify the price? If the cost is lower, they're more towards trying it out and not wasting as much money, because worst comes to worst, you're not gonna get it again. For key needs, primary and secondary targets, student work and student athletes, they all share their similarities. That being, they need to find a way to hydrate themselves faster after strenuous work or exercise. They want to go after they would prefer natural ingredients instead of additional sweeteners, additives, or artificial coloring, for example. Those natural ingredients make them feel more refreshed, and they will feel more confident in what they're doing, that they will take whatever they're drinking again and continue drinking that with their purchases. And they want to support performance, muscle recovery, and overall health, because what good is you in a sport or when you are working if you cannot recover and get ready for the next day or next activity? You're going to be in pain, you're not going to be performing 100%. You want to get back into the grind and groove as soon as possible. Competitive scan. This pie chart here represents a 2025 category sale in sports drinks. In the sports drinks category, they racked up a total of $11.5 billion. Of those $11.5 billion, Gatorade made up the majority of those sales. They made $7.5 billion, followed by Body Armor, which was the second most in that category sale, and you have Liquid IV. While Liquid IV fell in a separate category of powdered mixes, they still made up a good amount of their variety and was mixed with the category sales regardless. Now, on the left-hand side of the screen, we have compared prices of what you're going to get between those 3 items. For example, a pack of 12 of Gatorade, $7.98. Their message is to basically do carbohydrate and electrolyte replenishment. However, the downside to that company is their use of artificial dyes and their additional additives to their drinks. For example, their fruit punch flavor, lemon lime flavor, and cool blue flavors of Gatorade were originally not the most favorable in the market because of their additional dyes in there compared to their other flavors like orange. Body Armor, for a pack of 8, you can get that from $6.47 in Walmart. All these products came from Walmart, and the number one advantage that they had compared to the others was their switch to coconut water based. Coconut water base allowed for more natural sugars and a more natural flavor and natural coloring. However, regardless of that, coconut water still came with high calorie intake, still had high sugars with their additional flavors, and it had a poor taste because mixing everything together with coconut water being a very neutral flavor was a very hard challenge. They came up with newer flavors and everything, but you can still taste the same aftertaste in Body Armor. Liquid IV. For a pack of 6 sticks, each stick that is able to fully full a normal water bottle is $10.29 on Walmart. That is actually discounted because their original price was $14. That being said, they have a mix of unique flavors. For example, strawberry acai and every other mixed flavor on the board. They have vitamin blends, powders, but they still have high sodium and sugar content. For Reviva itself, what our drink provides is our core ingredients. So we still use coconut water because of its healthy benefits. We use aquamine. Aquamine is a seaweed slash coral mix that is found in the Atlantic Ocean near Iceland, and it is also used as a multivitamin. Only 40 companies across the world use it, and they use it for the specific use of their minerals. We also use beetroot extract because it helps with overall muscle recovery, blood pressure, and additional supplements. Our flavors we have is Go Getter, which is watermelon hibiscus, gives you a very smooth and good flavor towards the drinks. And we have melon cucumber for ambition to help you give you a not as strong taste as orange, but start your morning right strong. We are also being competitive with Body Armor for having a cheaper price for the same amount or more amount that they sell. On the right side of the survey, you can tell this is what we did. Right here, we gave a small survey on what students have done when they're either at work or at school.
So our strengths, we want to partner with local farms, like I had said earlier, similar to how Chipotle does. Natural, functional ingredients, not just anything like added in. Replenishing minerals lost in the physical activities, physically demanding. I know for one, working like 2 part-time jobs while being a full-time student, I definitely will need that hydration. Weaknesses right now is like Texas-based only until we expand, obviously with Pulse, our client. Restricted availability of some resources as well, like the aquamine that was stated earlier. Threats like the obviously high competition of Body Armor, Gatorade, Liquid IV, as well as cost optimization, like how are we able to reduce the cost for students while maintaining that same quality. And then overall opportunities for eliminating like greenwashing and branding aligned with Gen Z values. Okay, and this is just our marketing plan. Advertising, obviously the 2 most popular types of social media are Instagram and TikTok. We want to do sponsorships with schools and other organizations as well, with a cost-effective store like Walmart to begin with. Online shopping, that's actually the #1 reason for Gen Zers to like buy any sort of product, is the accessibility and how easily one can get that, along with wanting to eventually expand and to begin like customization in case you want to look for specific things in certain products and then order them online. Loyalty program, QR code on the back of the actual bottles will show like all the different where the ingredients are coming from, how how they affect your body and how useful it is, along with like personalized discounts.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
That was great. Okay. Questions?
From the survey you created, what was the most important insight you got that helped you design the Reviva drink?
I'm sorry, may you repeat your question?
Yeah, so from the survey you guys did, what's the most important thing you learned that helped you design the drink itself?
For one was like the flavor. It was actually #1 in our survey of what students were looking for when it came to hydration. The second one being like its cost effectiveness, energy, and then cost effectiveness as well. We also did a similar gradient coloring of like blue and purple to kind of simulate how us or the target market of students want to perceive themselves for like the future. Which is also like our motto, to a better future. Wanted to kind of, and then our go-getter ambition titles kind of differentiate ourselves from what the regular like flavor like titles would be.
Recipe all of the gradients.
I know.
Yes, ma'am.
I thought you had a really great competitive understanding of the 3 different competitors before you went into, before you went into, it kind of like led you into why your white space in a subtle way is going to be really beneficial versus these guys. I also liked how you worked in you talked about primary research at the beginning and then you brought it up later. Can we go to the product package for a second? Was there anything, because it talks about blood flow boost, which I didn't hear you talk about in your presentation.
Beetroot extract is one of the ingredients used to improve blood flow, on top of increasing muscle recovery and rehydration.
I just thought that was, for me, I was like, if it's important enough to make it on the package, I didn't hear you talk about it. But again, I'm not a beetroot extract expert, so clearly learning opportunity.
So the ingredients there, coconut water, aquamine, and beetroot extract, are actually on the bottle translate in a way because aquamine translates over to bone and gut support,
Okay,
blood
all right.
flow boost.
Because I heard you talk about it, I just
Answer my
didn't,
question.
I didn't connect the dot, but thank you. So that's a good compelling point when you're talking about ingredients too.
And then the QR code, obviously, like it would be like on the back of the product. If you scan it, it would also give you all that, like you could just see.
That's cool.
Any other questions? Yes,
I just
sir.
had one. So you've got Gatorade, Body Armor, and Liquid IV as competitors. If this product were to go to market, is there a specific competitor in mind you think it would steal more market share from, or do you think it would kind of equally get its own space?
So for our competition, we are looking at these three as the big ones. However, if we were to go side by side, our biggest rival would be Body Armor, because Body Armor is the one that's using all the natural ingredients. However, we're trying to one-up them on top of that with more natural ingredients.
And then the better quality of taste as well, with some of the reviews saying that because of the way that, like the shelf life of it as well, we just want to improve and better and more affordable for students.
That's also a way of the lower price as well for a similar amount.
So in your research, did you see Gen Z saying that they had a need for this bone and gut health? Is that something that's important to them?
They did not specifically state that. However, since the focus is on workers or athletes, it would be added on to their day-to-day routine. So for athletes, they would have to improve whatever they're trying to improve on. It would add on to that extra, relieve some of that stress on what they're doing. For example, the bone and gut health. If they do exercises and they may start injuring their joints or whatever have you, that can help reinforce that to prevent any future injuries. Same thing with workers, especially for those that are more in the harder labor. They may need that more to help boost their confidence and their recovery for the next day.
Good.